This is Gerard Wellbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. Catch the video replay of Monday night's radio program at 10:30 and 7 o'clock, Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614. That's Tiger Talk, Mondays on Tiger Radio Mix 103 and Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10:30 and 7 on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614. Hello, everyone, and welcome in to another installment of Tiger Talk. Gerard Wellbrock with you for the next 30 minutes as we talk Fort Hays State football. We'll be joined by head coach Chris Brown, unfortunately having to relive a tough one from Saturday night. Tigers losing to number 15 Pittsburg State 31-24 in front of a huge crowd of over 6,000 in Lewis Field. A great atmosphere, but second half didn't quite turn out the way the Tigers had hoped after building a 10-point halftime lead. So we'll talk all about that and then look forward to a big homecoming game this Saturday night as 3-1 Washburn makes the trek down I-70 to Lewis Field. So another big game for the Tigers coming up on Saturday night. Tiger Talk is always presented by the folks at Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. They're just north of the interstate in Hays, open 7 days a week. And don't forget, right now, for $1.99 after you buy your regular meal, get the to-go box. It's almost like 2 meals in one from the Golden Corral, just north of interstate, best buffet in the USA. We'll take our first break, and head coach Chris Brown will join us as we continue right here on Tiger Talk. Welcome back to Tiger Talk, presented by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. Kids eat free Tuesdays from 4 o'clock on, so bring the kids on by. Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. Head coach Chris Brown joining us now. And boy, tough loss to a very good football team. Had a great first half, just didn't quite finish it the way your team really had been doing the first 3 weeks.
No, we didn't. But the first thing I want to say is I want to say thanks to our fans. I mean, we had a great fan base, great support from the community. I mean, that's awesome for our kids and awesome for our coaches, and just, you know, having our fans there to support us. And sorry we didn't get you the win, but we really appreciate you guys being there, and it was a blast for us. But didn't play very well. You know, the first half I thought we did some very good things offensively and defensively, but the second half we just didn't come out and play the way we played the first half. They made some adjustments defensively, and we made some adjustments as well. And you know, our kids just didn't play well in the second half. They're kind of doing things that we didn't ask them to do, and you know, just didn't execute the call the way it was supposed to be executed. But, you know, if we execute the way we were supposed to and played more physical, you know, we probably win that ball game. But, you know, they came out. Hats off to Pitt State for coming out and getting after us, and, you know, they wanted a little bit more than we did.
You know, you mentioned the crowd, just a shade under capacity. And what I've noticed, even with the first game, even though it wasn't as big because of the weather with Northeastern State, I mean, they've been engaged in the game, getting loud at the right times, making a lot of noise. That's about as enthusiastic and loud of a crowd I've heard at Lewis Field in a long, long time.
It is, and it's just great support from them, you know, from our community. And then, you know, to get that crowd, you got to win ball games. You know, we've been able to do that the last few years, and we're getting better each year, and we're starting to improve each year, and we're able to compete with, you know, Pittsburg State, Northwest, Washburn, those big schools that, you know, we want to. And, you know, we want to become top in this conference. It's just going to take time, and it's going to take us make sure we're getting the right kids, and our kids putting the time and effort in to get us there. But I feel like we're getting closer. I mean, that game right there, I feel like if we score some points in the second half and don't give up 17 points, you know, we win that ball game.
You mentioned some changes, and obviously they did a good job of limiting Shaquille Cooper in the second half after he had a huge first half. And you know, it felt like maybe you're getting conservative, but then again, as you kind of alluded on the post-game shows, a lot of the same things that worked in the first half, just for whatever reason, weren't blocked and just didn't seem to produce like they did in the first 2 quarters of the game.
You know, when we go back and watch film, it's either, you know, we're one block away or the back just wasn't quite patient enough, and you know, when you're not clicking on all cylinders and things aren't timed up right, you know, things aren't going to work for you. And that's kind of what happened with us. And then defensively, we just didn't tackle very well. You know, we're on the field quite a long time, and, you know, we had guys not do their job or do their assignment. And when you don't do those things, you know, things aren't going to work for you. And that's exactly what happened to us.
Yeah, certainly was the case on on Saturday night. Okay, got to ask you, we'll just get it out of the way right now. The key play, lots of people have been talking about it, still are, the blocked field goal. What was the explanation to you? Because we had to go back after the game and double check the exact ruling, which, in case you missed, the player who blocks a kick is allowed to run into the kicker, but if someone else blocks it and a different player runs into the kicker, then it's roughing. They ruled it roughing the kicker. I guess we'll start with, what was the explanation given to you by the officiating crew?
Yeah, that's exactly it. The kid that blocks the kick can rough the kicker. If it's blocked by somebody else, you got to stay off the kicker. And it's hard to see. It is very tough to see on film, but we feel, and after looking at it, Dwayne did get the block, so he was able to allow and run into the kicker. But it's a tough call. I mean, it's a hard call to see. Their officials, 3 of them said that it was blocked by a lineman, so Dwayne running into the kicker becomes roughing the kicker. So that's not what cost us the game. Right. I mean, that's not playing the way that we should have played the second half, cost us that game, giving up 17 points, not scoring any points at all, offensively. But the call was made, and wrong or right, I mean, it's what they've seen, and if that's what they see, they have to go with what they saw.
Yep, that's what they go with, and that's what certainly happened on Saturday night. Tigers take the loss. We'll talk more about it after a great first half, and we'll kind of look over that first half when we return. Tiger Talk presented by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, just north of the interstate. It's the best buffet in the USA. More Tiger Talk right after this.
They're growing up and getting busier. Between school, sports, dance, sleepovers, you want to make sure they can always reach you when they need to. Nextech Wireless has the perfect cell phone starter plan. For only $40 per month, it includes unlimited data, calling, and texting. There are no contracts or overages, so they can call, text, YouTube, and stream all they want. Plus, smartphones start at just $150. Certain restrictions apply. Get the $40 WOW unlimited plan at Nextech Wireless.
Back on Tiger Talk, Gerard Wellbrock, head football coach Chris Brown. It's brought to you by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. Breakfast anytime after 11 at the Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. They're just north of Interstate in Hayes, open 7 days a week. You kind of touched on it in the last segment. Great first half, 24-14 lead at halftime, although it didn't get off to a great start. Pitt with a nice long drive. They get the touchdown, then kind of surprised you, recovering an onside kick. And I thought key that next defensive series, you forced a 3 and out because they score there. It could have been a long, long night for you.
Yeah, it is. It was tough. They did some things. They knew they had to come in this game and win this ball game, and they laid it all on the line. With onside kick, fake punt, you name it, they did it to us. And I just. We didn't handle it real well. I thought our kids were prepared for those things, but those are things that they have to see as players and understand the situations. And we talked about the onside before they went out. Hey, they just scored pretty quick. Expect an onside, expect a pooch kick, expect something right here. And of course, they do the onside. Our kids didn't react very well, and they get the ball back. But great job our defense of not giving up any points in that situation and keeping points off the board and allowing our offense to go down and score and tie the ball game up.
Yeah, you come right back, an 8-play drive. 2 huge third down conversions. Shaquille Cooper, a 12-yard run on 3rd and 5. Then Tyler Bacon on a great play by Travion to expand the play and just keep it alive. Eluded a couple of would-be tacklers on a 26-yard pass, I think, on 3rd down and 6 to give you a chance to keep that drive alive and eventually score.
Yeah, it was great by those guys. Travion, I felt this game did a very, very good job for us. He threw the ball well. He ran the ball well. Didn't take really big chances of costing us anything. But to me, this was his total game. First game where he totally played like he was supposed to play and did some great things for us. And, Bacon stepped up in that situation there and got that pass. Good job by Travion scrambling around, finding Bacon. And, Shaq, making the plays that he needs to make. But, we played better offensively in the first half, and Travion's starting to turn into Travion than I know.
7 for 12 on 3rd down. That had really been a problem in the first 3 games. Good to see that corrected. I know it wasn't quite as good in the second half, although I think you were on 4 of 5 or 5 of 6 in the first half. But much, much better job on 3rd down. Hopefully that's a good start from this point forward.
It is, and we'll continue to do those things. And, our guys just got to do a better job of listening to our adjustments at halftime. And, we'll start getting those 3rd downs in the second half as well. But, it keeps our defense off the field. It keeps them fresh. And then we need to go back out there. We can pin our ears back and play physical football. I just think we got wore down a little bit there in the second half.
How about the catch by Zach Gahn? They blitz. He found the vacated area. Travion stood in the pocket, took a shot, but great one-handed catch, as nice as you'll see from your tight end, to get into the end zone.
It was a beautiful catch. It was a good throw by Travion. He had the pressure coming on him, stayed in there, sat in there on it. And, a lot of times in that situation, he used to scramble out and get out of there. But he knew the play, he knew what was going to happen, he knew he was going to take a shot, and did a great job of sitting in, throwing the ball to Zach, and getting that touchdown is huge for us right there.
Yep, and then they come back, score, and then you come right back, and Shaq breaks a 31-yard run, maybe as an explosive as a run as we've seen this year, and he's had several, but he got past that line of scrimmage, and it was no contest.
Yeah, it was. He's a very, very fast kid. He saw the whole offensive line did a great job of opening up the seam for him, and you saw he broke one tackle and got to the end zone, and hopefully we can see more of that as the season goes on, and just give him one guy to beat, and he's usually going to beat that guy.
They score, tied up at 14. You answer with a big field goal to go back up 17-14, and then block a field goal attempt of theirs. Your team's had a great knack, and obviously with the penalty it takes one away, but now 6 block kicks on the season. Special teams, at least on that aspect of it, you guys have been in the best in the country.
It is, and it's all effort. Daniel Lindsay does a great job coming off the edge. Doyne does a great job coming off the edge. Our D linemen do a great job of getting penetration up the middle as well, and putting pressure on those guys. And if we can continue that and find a way to keep points off the board, we need to do that. It's a great opportunity for our guys to do the things that we need to do to keep points off, maybe scoop and score one of these times, but that'll help us out tremendously.
And Shaq came back with a 55-yard touchdown run. You get an interception on their next possession, and felt you maybe had a chance to put it away, but you fumble it. And who knows if you go on or score or not, but you had a great chance there to maybe have an even bigger lead at halftime, which could have led to a different outcome.
And that was our plan. I think we had a minute 20 left on the clock, and I've clicked over Coach Harris to say, we're going to try to go for this. We're going to use our timeouts and try to get a touchdown here, or at least 3 points, and turn it right back over to him. And we can't do those things. We got to take advantage of every situation that we got, and we didn't do it there.
Kept him off the board, but missed a potential scoring chance. But the Tigers went into the locker room up 24-14. We'll take a break, come back, and unfortunately have to relive that second half from Saturday. We'll do that when we return. Tiger Talk presented by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. And we're back with more right after this.
BOS Motorsports in Hayes introduces the top off-road vehicle lineup with Polaris. The world leader in off-road innovation presents the RZR, Ranger, Sportsman, and Ace off-road vehicles right here in the heartland of BOS Motorsports in Hayes. Whether you're looking for something for the trail, the farm, the oil patch, the hunt, BOS has the ride just for you. Stop in today and ride away with yours. At BOS, customer service is number one. Our in-house parts and service department will take care of you before, during, and after the sale. BOS Motorsports just north of I-70 at exit 159 in Hayes.
Back on Tiger Talk, Gerard Wellbrock, head coach Chris Brown. It's brought to you by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill. And again, right now, don't forget, for just $1.99 after the purchase of your endless buffet dinner, you can get a to-go box. It's $1.99. It's almost like 2 meals in one from the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, best buffet in the USA. Talking Fort Hays State and Pittsburgh State from Saturday night in front of over 6,000 at Lewis Field. Tigers had a 24-14 halftime lead and got the ball to start the second half and really put together a nice drive. But then the interception seemed to really change everything offensively.
It did, and we just Florida didn't get the signal. He was supposed to run a different route than what he ran, and he didn't get the whole signal and ran a route that wasn't supposed to be ran with that play. So if he probably runs the right route, it's probably a touchdown. But again, that situation, Trayvon's got to understand. Don't force anything. Just throw the ball away. It's 1st and 10. Give us another chance to play another play, and we didn't do that.
Flores he leads you in receptions, but it still feels you're trying to find a way to get him more involved because he's such a difference maker out there offensively.
He is. He's got great speed. He's got great athleticism. Runs great routes, great hands, and we got to find a way to get him the ball a little bit more often. And we're doing a good job of going deep with him, but we never really execute or complete that pass. So we got to find a way to maybe do some short game passing with him, get him started a little bit earlier, then hopefully towards the end of the game break away with a long pass play.
You were 3 and out, I think, the next 3 possessions after the interception. What changed offensively?
Nothing really. We dropped the pass that should have been a first down, and then we had a run that should have been another first down, and those are things that we just got to execute a little bit better and make the plays when your name's called. I didn't think we did that. We catch that first down for a first down. Who knows what happens? We continue to drive and give our defense a little bit of a break, and we don't throw that interception and score there. Those are just little things that we didn't capitalize on the situations at hand, and if we do those things, it's probably a totally different ball game.
Pitt is known for their quick strike attack. They score a lot of points in a hurry. They had 3 very long, time-consuming drives. It wasn't necessarily Pittsburgh State-like how they scored in that second half.
No, it wasn't. We did a good job of keeping everything in front of us. We just got to come up and be better tacklers. We were trying to get them in, second and long, third and long situations, but when you give up 4 or 5 yards on first down, that kind of puts the ball in their hand. They can do whatever they want with it, either run again or throw a play-action pass at you. And, they did a good job of keeping us off balance. And, we just got to become better tacklers and do what we're asked to do. We had some blitzes called, and our kids didn't blitz, or if they do blitz, it kills the play. And, we didn't do those things. And I just felt like our guys played a little selfish at times and didn't do what we asked them to do. And when you do that, good things aren't going to happen for you.
Yeah, first half Pitt had a lot of second and third and longs, and as you're right, second half not quite as many. Big fake punt, that was a key play. It looked like you're going to get a stop. It eventually led to a touchdown to tie the ball game up, and it was really a great play call by them, and it was a big play in that football game.
It was, and that's probably my fault more than anything. I saw where they were at, and I clicked over and talked to our offensive guys, and really wasn't paying attention to what we had called or what we were doing, and that's a situation there. I probably should have called a timeout, and I didn't call the timeout, and they ran the fake, and we had some guys in position, but they got to realize what's going on as well and understand the situation too, and I'll take the blame for that one, and I'll put that on Coach Brown.
There you go. Well, the Gorillas score, you go 3 and out, and then the next possession looked like you had them stop, block the field goal, and they get the touchdown. And we've talked about the field goal already. Their quarterback, John Roderick, had both TDs in the second half on 6-yard runs. Looked like you kind of, I don't know if rattle's the right word, but you certainly were giving him pressure and taking him out of his comfort zone in that first half. He looked more comfortable and responded with a big second half. And, boy, scary. He's just a freshman. He's going to be a good quarterback.
He's going to be a very, very good quarterback. He's gotten better each week. His arm's gotten better each week. His run game is tremendous, and team's got to find a way to stop him. And if they can get it out of rhythm on his passing game and get some pressure on him, which I didn't feel like we did a very good job in the second half of doing, he'll struggle a little bit. But I think the more he goes on and the more he plays, the better he's going to get, and he's not going to get rattled so much. As the year goes on and as his career goes on, he's going to be a tremendous player for him.
And then you had one final chance, put together a pretty good drive. I think you got it down to the 29, but kind of stalled, and they got the big sack to end any chance of the comeback.
Yeah, they did. It's just, the sack there, it kills you, it ends the ball game. But, Matt played pretty well all day, and, the one-time guy makes an inside move, kind of loses his footing, and, gets Travion in a pressure situation where he's got to scramble a little bit. But, a lot of things, that's one of those plays that doesn't decide whether we win or lose that ball game. It was the whole second half itself, and us not executing and us not doing the things that we needed to do to win that ball game is what cost us that game.
Well, the Tigers don't have a whole lot of time to worry about or think about the Pitt State game. They've got another tough one coming up for homecoming this Saturday night as the Washburn Ichabods come to Lewis Field, and we'll talk about it when we return right after this.
Have you ever wondered about CrossFit or wanting to try a new workout routine?
Connecting with CrossFit is a home-based exercise program designed to introduce you to the basic movements.
The workouts incorporate functional movements to improve your everyday life.
We will guide you through a warm-up, a workout, and a cool-down in each episode.
Join us on Eagle Cable, Channel 14 and 614 to increase your baseline of fitness and to connect with CrossFit.
Welcome back. One final segment tonight on Tiger Talk, presented by the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, best buffet in the USA. And check with Matt about catering your next big event, whether it's at the office, a big family event. Hey, the holidays coming up, Thanksgiving not too far down the road. Check with the folks about possibly catering a meal. 625-4141, the number for the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, best buffet in the USA. And as we talked going out of the last segment, really can't have too much time to feel sorry for yourself or worry about the Pitt game. Here you got a 3-1 Washburn team that beat Pitt State on the road 2 weeks ago, a wild one. They rallied and then held on to beat Missouri Southern. They're obviously playing well, and another big-time challenge on Saturday night.
They are. Coach Sherr's done a great job of getting those kids ready. Washburn's a very, very good football team. They're physical up front on the O-line and the D-line. They got very good skill positions. The one game they did lose, they had a lot of new guys, new quarterback, new tailback, a few different offensive linemen, a few wide receivers, and then defensively, some guys as well. But, you take that game away from them, they should probably be sitting here 4-0 right now. But they're a very good football team. They're coached very well, and they're going to come in here looking for another win.
A couple of new faces on offense. Derek McGinnis, their quarterback, 298 yards, 3 touchdowns against Missouri Southern in the win this past Saturday. He's gotten better every time out. He's going to be a load full.
He is. Week 1, you could tell the timing was off just a little bit. Week 2, he was even a bit better. He's even better. Week 3 against Pitt, he made some nice throws in that game that were very, very tremendous. Right on the money where only the receiver can catch the ball. But, yeah, he's improved each week and gotten better. Last week he showed that again, with his arm. So we got to try to find a way to get some pressure on him, try to get him uncomfortable, and stop their run game. They got a very, very good run game going on right now. They're very, very physical up front, and it's going to be one of those games again. Probably the more physical team is going to win this ball game.
Yeah, Brandon Bourbon, a KU transfer at running back. He's really changed that offense with him as an addition.
He is. He's a strong kid. He's got pretty good speed as well. He's got great vision, and just his strength to run, between the tackles is tremendous. It takes more than one guy to bring him down. So, we're going to rally to the ball and make sure that we get a number of guys on him and put a hat on him and hopefully, create a few turnovers. But the kid's a tremendous football player.
Kind of like when you coached at Washburn and now at Fort Hays State, you've always had good linebackers. I remember your defenses seemed like that was kind of the anchoring point, and Cody Hyman as good as it gets.
He is. He's a kid that when we were going through the recruiting process, we really wanted him pretty bad. And, and it was like when I first got here. And, I think he had a sister or something that might have been going to Washburn as well. So, that's kind of where he chose to go. But he's a tremendous football player. He looks the part. He runs very, very well. He's a physical kid as well. And, we got to find a way to get a blocker on him and make sure he's not able to make some plays on Saturday.
All right, well, should be a lot of fun. Homecoming, a lot of fun activities all throughout the week, culminating in the football game Saturday night. Hopefully another huge crowd. It was as fun of an atmosphere as you're going to find anywhere last Saturday, and hopefully that is a carryover effect this Saturday against Washburn. Coach, as always, have a great week of practice. I know you'll have your team ready to go, and best of luck against the Ichabods.
Again, thanks to our crowd, thanks to our fans. Come out again this Saturday, help us out again, and hopefully we'll get this win for you. But again, Gerard, thank you for all you guys do, and we'll see you Saturday.
All right, there you go. That's head coach Chris Brown. Again, it's a 7 o'clock kick at Lewis Field Saturday night. You can hear it all on Tiger Radio Mix 103, 6 o'clock with the Auto World pregame show. Again, a reminder, if you missed any portion of Tiger Talk, you can always find it online at HaysPost.com or the video replay on Hays Post or on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614 Tuesdays and Wednesdays, in fact, at 10:30 in the morning, and then again at 7 o'clock at night. That's going to wrap up the program, brought to you once again by Hays Med Orthopedic Institute, The Taco Shop, G&L Tire and Automotive, Golden Belt Bank of Hays and Ellis, Couture for Men and Women, Adams Brown, Barron and Ball, BTI, Eagle Communications, and of course our friends at the Golden Corral Buffet and Grill, just north of the interstate in Hays, open 7 days a week. Golden Corral, best buffet in the USA. For Coach Chris Brown, this is Gerard Walbrock. So long, everyone. This is Gerard Walbrock inviting you to join us for Tiger Talk. Catch the video replay of Monday night's radio program at 10:30 and 7 o'clock, Tuesdays and Wednesdays on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614. That's Tiger Talk, Mondays on Tiger Radio Mix 103 and Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 10:30 and 7 on Eagle Cable Channel 14 and 614.